That breaking news just into our newsroom tonight. A bill restricting abortion in Iowa is introduced just days ahead of a special session. Chief political reporter Amanda Rooker read that bill for us tonight. Amanda, tell us what lawmakers introduced into it.
Well, James, those lawmakers want major new limits on abortion, and this bill, nearly identical to one that lawmakers passed in 2018 but was later struck down in court. This new proposal would again ban any abortion after a fetal heartbeat is detected. That's usually after 6 weeks of pregnancy. The new bill says Iowa doctors have to test any pregnant woman seeking an abortion to see if a fetal heartbeat is detectable. If they find a heartbeat, that's what the bill defines as cardiac activity. The doctor cannot perform an abortion. The doctor must provide the pregnant woman in writing the results of the test, and the pregnant woman must sign and acknowledge receiving the results and Iowa's fetal heartbeat rule. Now, there are some exceptions. In case of medical emergency, doctors can perform an abortion only if it's to save the life of the mother, or if there's a, quote, serious risk of substantial and irreversible harm to a, quote, majorly bodily function. Abortions would also be allowed if the pregnancy is a result of rape or incest, and that bill would take effect immediately once it's signed into law. Some doctors are concerned that those new rules could create extra stress during medical emergencies, arguing that would put more pregnant women in danger. They also say this plan would ban abortion before most women know that they're pregnant.
That is a very poorly written piece of legislation because it cannot be equally applied to all Iowans or all patients.
Lawmakers will be back at the State House Tuesday. They have only until 11 p.m. Tuesday to debate and vote on this. Now, Iowans do have the chance to share any thoughts on this bill Tuesday morning in room 103 at the State House. That public hearing will start at 9:30 a.m. and anyone from the public can attend. Anyone who wants to speak on this, though, has to sign up online at legis.iowa.gov and make sure to click on public hearing. That's under the House meeting schedule section online. Each person will get 2 minutes to speak, and the hearing will go for an hour and a half. James?